My first day at the Expo was unforgettable. It was a wonderful experience to meet with the other similar agencies that make a similar work to ours across the world. And it was great to meet new people and see all of them working with the same goals and walking on the same in the same direction as we are. I thought this forum was very fortunate in the choice of the subject discussed. There were many problems, social problems, family problems during the COVID pandemics, since so many families had to be almost locked at home for long periods at a row in several countries. They were not used to that. So many problems that we didn't see started to arise, and it was a big concern to all of us. And I would like to say that sometimes we have some similarities. These problems of domestic violence uh, was had already been mapped by Brazil through its consular uh, um, department, which where I used to work. Immigrants, usually, well, even though they are not in a state of social isolation as during the pandemics, sometimes have uh, similar difficulties when they come to a new country. And this um, situation also brings a lot of tension, and sometimes it manifests in very hard ways, such as domestic violence and some sort of abuse to children. And uh, this problem was observed in many situations. It was a very important experience to hear from other participant representatives from Thailand and the Philippines and the other invited guests, to see how they managed to cope with the situation during the pandemics. And they also mixed the domestic violence with unwanted pregnancies, bringing about a very serious problem which arose. And it was very rewarding to see the very innovative policies which were developed to tackle this problem. I think this exchange of information was really valuable, and I'm sure everybody learned with uh, each other from their different experiences and different solutions found to the same problem. Triangular cooperation is just one more step in our long journey learning how to work together. This is one more um, tool that has been developed uh, by countries which devote efforts in the area of international cooperation. And it was a very special tool, because when we join forces, when we add different national capacities, we can do much more than double. It's triple or even more. So we have been working together with partners that years ago would be unexpected. Together with Japan, for instance, we are doing, we just did, for example, a training course for cooperation agencies in South countries. And it was a wonderful experience. And with other partners, Brazil and different partners, sometimes uh, international organizations, we also join our capacities and manage to do so much more. I think that the way is open to a permanent process of evolution. I don't think we have reached the end of it. I think we're just in the beginning of the discovery of new ways of helping each other. I think this expo was came at a very good moment after 2.5 years of social isolation, and this even though we learned to work through video conferences, nothing really beats a personal meeting, eye to eye, a cup of coffee. I think it's the informality that we managed to build in these meetings um, brings a very uh, favorable atmosphere in which new ideas just pop up. So during this expo, uh, after a half an hour conversation, informal conversation with other delegations, new ideas were discussed which were not in our agenda at all. So I think it's very um, inspiring, and then we met so many wonderful people. We want to work with all of them.